Hello and welcome to a video from filmsbychris.com. That's Chris with a K. I'm Chris with a K. Today we're going to be looking at scraping some information, and we're actually just going to be logging into a website, pulling down some JSON information, and sorting through it. It's very simple to do. I'm going to show you how to not only log in. This is part of a series. Be sure to watch the previous videos. It will help you out. But we're going to do all this from the shell using wget. And we're just going to log in, grab some JSON information, and then pull out the pieces we want. So let's go ahead and jump right in. There is a test website for you to use. Let's have a look. This is the website I've put together for you. There should be a link to the URL in the description of the video. If you go there, it's going to ask you to log in. The username is Neo. The password is password. Both are all lowercase. Once you log in, you have this little landing page, and then you have user list 1 and user list 2. We're actually going to start with user list 2. If I click on that, it displays some users with their information. What we want is to be able to scrape this information. If we hit F12, it would open up your developer console on Chrome-based browsers. Firefox also has developer tab. I don't remember what the key is, but you should be able to find it. Another way to get into it is you can always just right-click on any element and say, let's see, what am I looking for? Inspect. That will also open up the developers tab. Here we want to go to network, okay? And here you're probably going to be clicked on all by default. We're going to refresh the page, and it's going to list over here everything that's loaded on the page, all the pictures, all the icons, and all the text, and any scripts and CSS that are loaded. We want to find out if this information is being loaded dynamically. If I can come over here, I can filter for certain things, but best way to start for something like this, usually the data that you want is going to be under the fetch XHR. So if we press that, it's going to filter it down. You can see right here we have some JSON, which is great. A lot of websites use this, and this is what it looks like. How do we get that in our shell? So I'm going to copy that URL. So I'm just going to right-click it, say copy URL. I'm going to come to here and I am going to say wget dash, actually, I'm going to set a variable just so our lines don't get too long. I'm going to put our URL in a variable called URL. Okay, so that's just saving that URL into a variable called URL. Now I can say wget, and if I pass it $URL, it will try to go to that page, but it's going to give us authentication failed. So we need to give it a username and password. So I'm just going to add into this dash dash user neo dash dash password, and our password is password. And once we do that, we get, I saved it to a file. We also want to say dash Q for quiet and capital O, the letter O, dash for standard output. Once we run that, it will dump the JSON to the page. Now, this particular JSON file is outputted all on one line. We can make that look a little bit nicer by using JQ. If you don't have JQ installed, it should be in your repositories. Just pipe the output into JQ dot, and it will nicely format it for you. Now at this point we can go through all this. Let's go ahead and just look at the top of that file that we get. So we're going to say head. That will give us the first 10 lines of the file. We can see the results are in a variable called results, and you can see by the bracket here, and it's an array. And then we can get things like their gender, their name, their location, and then there's subdata within that. So all we have to do is run this command again. We'll get rid of the head command. And as we just said, the results are in a variable called results. So we run that with a bracket because it is an array. There's a list of them. And it will give us just that information. And again, from here, I can say dot name. And it'll give us the name information for each person. Or I can say location. And I can see the location. Now again, the way these things are named are going to vary from website to website, but you can see in the blue all the keys here. So that's all you need to know to grab what you want. So let's say we want particular information. We can also do this. We can say pipe that into name, it should be dot name because that's the key. So dot name comma dot location. That's going to give us their name information and their location for each user. If I want to get just their last name and their location, I can say name dot last, and it's going to print out their last name, in this case White, and then all their location information. Let's say I just want the country they live in, or no, let's do the city. So we'll do that. We'll say dot city. So we're saying look at the array of results, pipe that, and then get the name last and location city. We're dividing that up by a comma, which gives us this long list. Let's quickly get rid of those quotation marks by adding -R for raw data on the JQ. It will give us without the quotation marks. And so you can see, like, person with last name Perry lives in Woodbridge, Mills lives in Buffalo. Let's get them on the same line though. By default, the comma is used here and it's putting it on a new line, but we can use whatever string we want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say plus and then in quotations plus. So this is saying print their last name, the last, and then add this string. And then after that, add their location, city. So we can put whatever we want inside these quotation marks. I'm just going to do space dash space. And once I do that, you can see that we get their last name and dash and their city. And I must have backed up too far because I accidentally removed our dash R for raw data. And so now we have someone with the last name Terry lives in Salem, and so forth and so on. Stephens lives in Coral Springs. Simons lives in Los Angeles. And of course, you can combine as many of these things as you want. So I can say, I want name dot first. And then again, I'll do plus plus. I'll give it quotation marks here. I'll space that out just to make it look nice. And I really should do last name first, but I'm going to just say that. I'm going to say print their first name, a space, print their last name, then a dash, and then their city. And I typed something wrong. Let's go ahead and have a look at what I wrote. Right there I put a comma instead of a period. So each key value starts with a period. Do that, and there we go. Well, now we know that Bradley Williamson lives here, Arthur Stevenson lives here, or Stevens, and then Carter Simons. So we can get whatever information we want using JQ there. And the nice thing about using JQ as opposed to ripping the HTML, and using the JSON instead of the HTML, is that if you're ripping HTML, if you're scraping the HTML and you're looking for different pieces of it using grep, which we are going to do in our next tutorial, if the website changes its format at all on how it looks, it will throw off what you're looking for. Where they can change the way their web page looks, but they'll probably use the same JSON as an API. At least in theory, that would be nice. They could always change that as well. It's just a cleaner way of doing things. But in the next video, we're going to look at a static page that doesn't use JSON or any type of dynamically loading information. And some people will argue that static pages are better. There are pluses and minuses to it. But when you're scraping data, again, if they change the way the website looks at all, that's going to throw off your scraping pattern if you're just trying to grep for things. Where if you're actually getting formatted data such as JSON, you can go through it and grab the information you want. And they can change how the website looks. It's not going to affect your results. Anyway, I hope you found this useful. There's links in the description to all the notes, and as always, I hope that you have a great day.